So here at the world-famous Avontuur Estate, where we were treated to a wonderful day going around and about and checking out some famous mares, some famous faces, and listening to some famous stories, as only Pippa Mickelborough can tell. It's been an education today. Pippa, thanks so much for your time and for hosting all of us here from Cape Racing. I think the first point to call on the name that's most synonymous with Avontuur is the great stallion VAR. What did he mean? What type of impact did he make, not just here, but around the country with the progeny that he produced, and the names, obviously, that roll off the tongue, like Variety Club, etc., etc., etc.
Oh, thanks for coming, Ali. I hope you had a good day, everybody.
Amazing.
Yeah, good food and good talks, eh? Nothing like horse talk. I think VAR was a breed-shaping stallion. He arrived with a great race record, and I think he ignited the pedigrees that we needed in South Africa, where we're lacking speed. And we looked clever because we bought a fast horse, and a lot of our mares needed a good dose of good, honest speed. And I think that's what he did. He was extremely fertile. He threw beautiful-looking yearlings, so they were sales horses. They were precocious, so the owner got good return quick on his investment, and they trained on. And I think he produced colts, fillies, and he's turned out as well to be a seriously good broodmare size. So I think he's done everything we asked.
Just looking at your wall of fame with VAR, that first crop that he produced, just big name after big name, stakes winner after stakes winner, that conveyor belt. I mean, it wasn't as if they were only 2-year-olds. They trained on.
Yeah, listen, I think, we were spoilt because I always used to look at them and compare to the olden days of Captain L, Russian Fox. And we've had such a lull before One World came along. You think about, no disrespect to anybody else, but those stallions, VAR, Captain L, Jet Master, they produced multiple juvenile winners. We went into the end of the season with 13 winners, 15 winners. Now 20 was, it's a hard record to do. And they're under pressure early because they showed speed. So they were in the early baby races. Would they train on? Did they train on? And I think wherever they went, luckily in VAR's case, he was bought, his offspring were bought by trainers around the country. They were expensive ones, they were pricey, and they were affordable ones. So you had this good vibes coming in from trainers in every province. And it was so exciting. I remember when I went up to watch Villandry at the favourite Vacheron, and we had Villandry, and Villandry was 40-1 or something, that big sprint. So we had two chances. And I mean, one flopped his lines, the other one arrived. So, and then going on from there, the names just run, amazing horses.
That's absolute justification. Now, what about your current resident stallion, Talk of the Town? His first crop on our 3, so his first crop have already raced. They've been on the racetrack. Were you satisfied with how he started, considering the small book that he would have had and potentially expectations that might have been a little bit lower? Because seeing him today, he's a magnificent animal.
And listen, I think I think it's very hard to find a better looking horse. He's got so many things going for him, but he didn't win a big race. So that's been his problem. So his numbers are down as a breeding fraternity, me included. You want race performance. So the negativity is because he never did it. But we know he had it. I think he's throwing absolutely outstanding looking horses. I can't knock the guy for that. So we've got to keep trying. The one thing I will say is that they haven't shown so much speed as VAR did, but he's out of, a mare by Street Cries, the Redoutes family. They should go the mile, which is what he did. He was going to win the Guineas. So maybe we should be more patient. They just turned 3. Getting a bit of ground, maybe they'll come. I just know that the stock is superb on the ground, but it's going to be hard for him with a numbers game. This is a numbers game.
Well, it all bodes well for the future of that, there's no doubt, because he still had his winners. I think his percentage must have been very high, runners to winners. So we've got a starting point at least. Now, just going through some of the mares that you got at this great farm, I mean, some flagships, some blue hens, and some familiar names of not so long ago, like Winter Smoke, obviously won a feature race up in Joburg with Ashley Fortune only a couple of years ago, now with a folded foot. Just take us through some of those mares that really excite you.
Yeah, the late Tony Tabor had a great belief. Obviously, he was instrumental in getting far, but mares were his thing. He believed that mares were the backbone of any stud farm, and I concur. So he was very good at constantly upgrading. We've got a little bit slow about doing that now, but economics kick in. You've got to balance those books. But I think the young mares, obviously, Winter Smoke Corrente is exciting. We've just retired Cabaret. That's Valderaz's daughter. But obviously the stalwarts, Miss October, Varicate, Thunderstruck's mother, October Morn's mother. So I think the farm itself has got a wonderful bunch of mares. We've got a lovely mare called Estimal, which I think I've got high hopes for Estimal. She's a daughter of Captain L. First baby one, first time out in Joburg. beautiful yearling I sold this year. I think that's a special horse. We bought that as a yearling, and she did quite well with Justin. There's some exciting young mares, but listen, there's some old girls here now. Valdera's getting on, Viva's getting on, but they've been prolific brood mares. Yeah.
Just quickly, with those mares, how do you match them up with the embarrassment of riches when it comes to stallions we got in this country? I mean, we know that there's a select few that are in such demand, and it's probably hard to get in, no matter the mare that you got. How much homework and sort of backtracking and preparation behind the scenes goes into that?
Obviously, we're very blessed. The Tabor family have been very good at buying shares. So we've got shares in most of the top stallions. That really is great help because you can get them. And because you've got the share and you want an extra, which you pay for, you've then got the in to get the extra. So yes, that's what to do. For me, it's three-pronged. You've got genetics, you've got physical, and for me, a very important one is temperament. So those are the three things I'm trying to join together. I don't believe in the best and get the best, because I don't think that works. Some really reputable breeders on the world have proved just don't have to go everything to justify is not going to win races. You've got to find the stallion. But for me, going forward is physical. So Miss October is a perfect example. You saw her this morning. Every year I look genetics. You should go to Give Me the Green, because it's a match made in heaven, and he's the champion sire, and she's the dam of 2 Group 1 winners. But I know physically I'm not going to be happy when I get that foal. So I've never done it. I'll never know, because I'm never going to do it. So we'll just keep going where I know she'll throw what she needs. She seems to throw the good genes. She's got the ability. I've just got to make sure physically I find the right stallion for her. So at this stage we'll stick with Vercingetorix because that seems to be working. She's got a lovely Rafif, so that also works. So physical for me first, then genetics, and temperament close by.
And then just coming up, we ending 2024, and I think a lot of breeders have been happy with the state of play and the economics, with export potentially really opening up, and horses being able to get out of the country. What can we look forward to in 2025 now from Avontuur Estate?
Yeah, listen, we're breeding 26, 25 foals. That's a nice number for the farm. We from the very beginning, when that CTS sale started in January, we've been a great support of it. It worked well for us. We had a lot of VARs, and they were very precocious early on. It's getting harder to support that sale because it is early, and logistically at Avontuur it's quite difficult because it's a small, compact stud farm. Now you're foaling mares, and you've got to do sale prep, and you've only got one barn, so it's a little bit of a conundrum for me. But this year for 2025, I think I've got 4 earmarked for there. They're my most forward, strong pedigrees and physically big, strong horses.
I saw one with a heart on its head. I like that one.
That's Viva. Now, talk of the town, Viva. Very nice horse. Tabloid is his name.
Okay.
Remember the name. And then we'll go into the March sale, which is now your main sale. I'm hoping for 10, 11. That'll be nice. And that'll be a lovely horse. We've got a nice array of stallions. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be quite logistically difficult this year. But we'll just have to give it horns and try our best.
Well, thanks for all the sleepless nights delivering foals. and thanks for, I think from everyone in racing, for just being the flagship that you are, the nursery that Avontuur Estate is, and all the great moments that we've had talking about all the progeny of Avontuur Estates, and
lovely
hopefully there are many.
Maybe there's a legal in there somewhere.
Absolutely.
But thanks for coming, and I think we should do more of these because this is the way we educate people. They come to the races and they just see a horse on the parade ring. They don't know the angst to get it there, and it's quite good to educate people. And I see we've had some newbies here today. Hopefully they've learned a lot, and when they see that horse winning, screaming past the winning post, they'll know how hard it is to get that to happen.
With that invitation, we'll be back.
Thank you very much for coming, Ellie. I hope you enjoyed it.
We did. Thanks so much to Pippa Mickelbrough. What a day we've had at Avontuur Estate. Great lunch as well. We'll be talking about that on the way home.